Hello, I'm Mark Everest. I'm the head coach, president, CEO of Occupational Athletics, and welcome back for another tune-up talk. The first episode, I introduced the philosophy, a little bit about maintenance. I'm going to take a deeper dive on that today in this tune-up talk. And the idea of a tune-up talk is we all need to be tuned up. Mentally, physically, emotionally, the machine needs tuned up. No different than your automobile or anything that you purchase that's an asset. So let's take a deep dive on the asset maintenance first. In your operation, in your company, chances are you have a maintenance department or you outsource that maintenance. You take care of the buildings, the vehicles, the equipment, whatever you have that you've purchased on a physical asset, that needs to be maintenance. Pretty simple philosophy here, but I think when you see the comparison going into the human maintenance, you'll be able to see why this is so valuable for you as a leader and thinking differently about maybe a wellness initiative and redirecting into human maintenance, because people are going to get it. So let's think about it personally. If you have a home, you purchase a home, you're going to maintain that. Most people do. Your vehicles, we maintain those. Our lawns, if we purchase boats and toys and other items like that, we do maintenance on those things. And if we don't do the maintenance on this, we all know what happens. The first thing that happens is if you don't do the maintenance, it's going to break down. And if it has a breakdown, I know I've had breakdowns with my vehicles because I didn't pay attention to the warning light going off. And next thing you know, I'm on the side of the road. And I'm like, I should have done the maintenance on my vehicle. I'm sure we're all guilty of that to a certain degree. Then sometimes we replace material things. We figure, hey, it's time to replace it. I need a new one. You can't do that with yourself. And then we look at the cost. It costs a lot more to fix it if it's broken than if you do the maintenance on any material object. And sometimes you just live without it. If it's a material item depending on your age too, I'm at a certain point in my life where sometimes I don't really need that anymore. I'm not going to replace it at all. I'll live without it. And so let's take a look at you. As a human, what happens to us if we don't do the maintenance? And it's not just one thing. We'll take some of these tune-up talks and get into more content about what the maintenance really means. What do I have to do to get engaged with it? Well, let's look at this. If you don't maintain you may have a breakdown. Now, there's a lot of breakdowns that humans can have. An emotional breakdown, a mental breakdown. There's all kinds of breakdowns. When I worked in hospitals and nursing homes and EMS, people were breaking down. Now, nobody wants to break, but in all reality, it can happen to any of us. The good news is if you do the maintenance on yourself and you take care of you and your team members, your likelihood of breaking down goes way down. So when you're in the game, you're staying whole, you're staying healthy and fit and active, you feel good. That's what it's all about. And because we only have one life to live, and I want to end on this philosophy right here, that you're really your only home. Think about this. You're it. This is your home. You can't get another one. If you don't like where you're living, you can move. If you don't like where you're driving, trade your vehicle in. But you're stuck with you now until the end of the game. So if you look at yourself, this is my home. I'm going to do everything that I can do to maintain this most valuable asset, which is me. And as a leader, you practice this yourself. It'll work its way into the workforce, and people will start gravitating toward this new philosophy of human maintenance. Another tune-up talk here. I'm Mark Everest. Stay tuned for more tune-up talks. And pleased to be teamed up with John Dane. You have a safe and healthy day.